What's up, guys? Episode 2 of RB30 coming back. We in full effect. Car's 90% painted. We got like 2 little things that ain't painted. We started assembling. Nick, of course, y'all know how Nick do. Nick just be doing stuff. Not pull the camera out. No. Nick started. Lee, man, let me put parts in the car. Okay. And then now he's in. We done got a new painted subframe. We done clean up the low control arms. You know, Dez done paint all the arms. So we making motion. Look at that thing. Fenders on there, 100% GTR now, ready to go. I told Ross this fender look darker than the body, but you know, we ain't gonna argue that till we see it in the sun.
It do look
but yeah,
darker.
Hey, that's 2 people, Ross. Where you at? So, but yeah, we freshen up everything. Nick's all bolting together. Look at this. Look good. Look good. See that, guys? Look at that. Wet. I told you it was wet. You know. But yeah, we're gonna start putting stuff on. The rear subframe gotta come out next to get cleaned up like the front subframe. Brakes gotta go get powder coated. Need new brake rotors. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot going down in this video. So, alright guys, this is the Nick appreciation post. He's probably not gonna hear this until he watches the video, but Nick been going ham. Lazy ass. I'm cleaning underneath so we can undercoat this. Oh my god. See, this is why y'all can't hear me. Cause Nick under here just blowing this shit away. But look how clean. We gonna undercoat it real quick. We gonna do the wheel wells too. Nick, you didn't clean the wheel wells? Alright. We gonna undercoat everything real quick. The night before the subframe go back in this bit. It's gonna be a mystery. Okay. So undercoating is in session. I'm gonna show you how sucky Nick's side look. And I'll show you how good my side look.
Damn, sucky.
Hold on, I brought a light too just to show him.
Sucky?
Look, this is Nick's side.
Damn.
See this, guys? Still got red overspray. Freaking. Ew. The hell, nigga? All that whack stuff, right? Then we gonna walk over here to the leak side. We've been working really hard. And palm, look at that. Nice. Coated. Yeah, it could be a little thicker, but yeah, everybody can't have thick stuff like they want, you know? So it's Christmas Eve. This fool say, yo, we're putting your engine in your 34 today. So as you see, we moved Steve's car. It's my trans is Steve's car. Steve's fancy trans is still in his fancy box. So unless Steve's gonna let me take his fancy trans and put it in my fancy car, I gotta take my trans out of his car. So we're gonna try to get that in today. At least get the motor in, bolt the trans up, put the drive shaft in, start it up, do a burnout. But anyways, that's what we're trying to do. Right, Nick?
Yeah, that's the plan.
And it's good old Florida's cold, so we done brought out the trusty heater. We got the heater out. Nick's drinking hot coffee. And then yesterday was just drinking beers and hanging out, you know, and now we're frozen. So yeah, Florida bipolar, we don't care. All right, so it didn't go in Christmas Eve, but it's gonna go in now. A bit bored, so came in, I decided, hey, I'll do a couple of things. I gotta call in a little bit of reinforcement because plies can't really help me put this engine in the car. So he's just gonna do his thing, and me and the heater and Cookie gonna pull up. We're gonna drop it in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get it strapped up and down off the hoist, well, the stand, and then we'll sit it in there. Then we'll put the clutch on. Then we'll grab the tranny out of this thing finally and put it in this car for now, so that way we could at least try to get it back up and running and moving on its own power, so we're not pushing this pretty thing around while the glass and stuff get put in. I don't want to be pushing it, so if I can at least just get it running and putting around, that'd be good. Also, I never really did like a full breakdown on this engine, so I'm gonna kind of give you guys another quick rundown with a little bit more info. This is an RB30 bottom end, built with a nitto stroker kit in it. So it has the 3.2 stroker and a 3-liter block. Takes a slight bit of modifying to get it all set up. It also has the PRP block brace. This one's actually kind of old. I think this is like version 2 or something. I've had this for a while. And then it has a high octane oil pan sump extension. It's kind of dirty, but I'll clean it up once it gets in the car. Still has factory like AC setup. The head is full Tomei and Ferrera, so like Ferrera valves and springs. This does have solid buckets, so this doesn't have shim on the bucket. And the cam's a 280 with a 1080 lift. Hypertune intake. Bosch drive by wire. I only run one set of injectors. It's can't remember the name, but they're 2600 cc's, and they've been great. I just cleaned them and, you know, keep reusing them. I haven't had a problem yet, so you're gonna keep rocking that. Stock valve covers with I think it's high octane baffles in there. I can't remember, it's been a while, with the foams and everything. Also you got nitto head drain and Hypertune turbo manifold with twin wastegate, and this is a Garrett G42 1450 with a 1.0 back housing. The car has already made 1250, and then we have to pull it apart. So the goal is just get it back to the way it was, turn it down, and enjoy it, right? Drive it like a little bitch. So what I miss? It has ATI super dampener. It has aftermarket alternator. You know, a bunch of PRP bits. We got their trigger kit, top and bottom. We got the alternator bracket. We got the mounts. I mean, yeah, we just got all the little mixing knacks to make all the power. So battery's about to die on the camera. I'll get it charged, and then we'll get a shot of me putting the engine in the car. And hopefully it's all bolted up tonight, and I can be done and dream about it later. Like this guy is. Look at him. Being a good boy.
Same 2-12 inlets, the same baffles inside, but 2 filters underneath. So now I can make sure that the filters can breathe more than what these 2-12s can flow. Now I thought that would make things better, and it did driving around normally. The car stopped smoking and everything seemed fine. But then when I went to Cootamundra, the next problem happened. Now our RB26 now revs to 9,500 RPM. Now if you can imagine going from first to the top of 5th and staying pretty much above 7,000 RPM the entire time, and you've got a high volume oil pump, there is a lot of oil that is getting up inside here, forcing its way up to the back here and breathing out. quite simply the amount of oil that would come out of an RB26 that still has a wet sump at that sort of RPM and that sort of power, just fills it up in one run. That's right. There's nothing wrong with the engine. It's got no problems. But an RB26 with a high volume pump will fill up a catch can this big in 1/4 mile run. So what did I do? Simple. I had to return to sump. The moment I put a return to sump, from here back to our aftermarket sump, the car has never had any more blow-by issues whatsoever. Now in terms of contamination, I've taken a look at the oil after I've pulled it out from before I made it drain the sump and after I drained the sump. And because I change the oil so often, I couldn't notice any difference in the oil coloration or in terms of any contamination. There's no 85 contamination. And like I said, I just make sure I look after the car in the 85. I make sure I start it and warm it up and drive it every time I start it. If I've only got to move it outside, I push it. And I just do more common oil changes more often than what you would if you're on 98, just to look after the health of the oil. Now I do want to leave you with this. If you're looking at oil catch cans or oil air separators and you look inside it and there's no baffles, well, guess what? It's not an oil air separator or catch can. Without the baffles or filters inside, it will not do the job of separating the oil out of the actual air. So when you're looking, make sure there's baffles inside. If not, it doesn't work, and the person trying to sell it to you is an idiot. Now the last thing that you're probably all asking is what size catch can and how should you lay out the catch can in your car? Well, the problem is every engine combination, every car is different. What works on one car just does not work on the other. I've already shown you on a big powered GTR with a wet sump, this isn't big enough to be a catch can that doesn't go back to the sump. But on our WRX circuit car, this 1 litre catch can, not returning to sump, is big enough that after a day at the track, doing 50 laps to Wakefield, I emptied this and 150 to 200 mils came out. But mind you, that car's under low power, it's on 98 fuel. So it really does depend on what sort of application, driving style, engine setup, power, how old it is, etc. But one thing I will say is, an oil air separator like this, maybe slightly larger probably, is a really good investment on pretty much any turbo diesel or any direct injection car, just to try and get rid of some of the contaminants that are going under the back of the valves and clogging things up. So there you have it. Recommend that you put an oil air separator on pretty much any road car you own and a catch can on any race car you own. But what size and what layout, that's the hard part, right? All depends on the application. But just remember this, if you're having problems, just go bigger and bigger and bigger until you get it right.
I don't want it to touch the back. You gotta add some wood first. You good, right? It's not touching? Let me get me some wood and a rag. Then we can let it run back. Yeah, how much more? That was the easiest the motor ever went in its life, obviously because it has nothing on it. Cook showed up, look what he's doing. There, already. It's freezing cold out here, I'm grabbing beer, but look, damn. So easy. Took like 2 seconds. We put a piece of wood with a rag back there so it don't scratch. The next move is to get the clutch on. Well, go up, get the clutch on, and grab the tranny out of Steve's car. And then put it in this car and bolt that up, and then that'll be the major move for tonight. And then I'll start doing all the little stuff. Maybe I'll put the dry shaft in and stuff like that, but it's a lot of stuff that I still got to modify before we can get it running. But at least we'll have that done and out of the way. We got the clutch cleaned up and back in, and now it's time for the transmission. So we're gonna go to Steve's car, which was just in there for mock-up. You know, to make the mounts and stuff, which is all finished. And now we're just gonna snatch this bad boy out, put it back into its original place, and hopefully it doesn't die there, because you know, all that power we're gonna make over there. But we just need this in there to get the car going and running till hopefully we get a PPG Albin sequential sometime early next year. So that's the plan. So me and Kit gonna grab it out now.
And Ricky drives the hell out of that 33, flips the script and runs a train length on the 34 by the finish line. And round 3, once again, goes to Ricky and the R33 GTR. Right, now it's time for the roll races. The aim for this one is to roll together at around 40 miles an hour, and as soon as they hit the start marker, it's go time. It's a slippery track right now, so anything can happen. In the 34 put up a great fight, Ricky in the 33 just outpaced him and beat him to the line by about 2 car lengths. Let's line up one more time and go again. Drives the hell out of that 33 and proves its power and weight advantage is just way too much for Appy and his H-pattern manual R34 GTR. So it looks like all rounds go to Ricky and that insane R33 GTR. What an intense day of insane battles. We had highs, we had lows, and a whole ton of drama. The newest car here today was over 20 years old and with high power old school build, it definitely adds an extra layer of excitement because as we saw today, anything can happen. I take my hat off to all 3 drivers and all involved in today's races for bringing together 3 legendary cars and putting on an insane showdown. So guys, let me know in the comments who you think would have won if the R32 GTR didn't break his transfer box, and which one of the 3 you would want to win. But for now, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and stay tuned for another crazy OG battle. Peace out. have 3 iconic cars going head to head today, and a personal rivalry of the Apple's mighty R34 GTR broke super lovers' hearts in the previous battle. Well, this time we've got another super seminar, but it's got something very special on the way. Oh, and we also added a very special R35 GTR to the mix, just for science sake. So officially got
Want me to stop it? Huh?
Yeah, stop it. Alright guys, so me, Cook, and Sleeping Plies got the engine and the tranny in the car, and it's bolted up. Hopefully it ain't coming back out. I guess that's kind of a stopping point for now. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next. I'll probably start on the radiator setup, and I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm crazy. I'll get it sorted out. I'll keep you guys posted. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next video. Hopefully this thing will be running soon so we can party.